Welcome back to the second part of the Illusion of Gaia Wheel of Fun Let's Play Extravaganza! Yes, the Wheel of Fun chose our first game, which was a retro game made for the Super Nintendo back in 1994 called Illusion of Gaia, my favorite RPG of all time! Not just for SNES. I love this game, and you're going to find out why. The last part, we pretty much got introduced to what the game is about. You found out about a few of the characters, because there's quite a few characters in this game. I think there's 7 altogether. But, yeah, so now we've come to the point where we found out that the princess escaped from the castle and came to your town, and now you come home at night and to have some pie, and there's this pig in the house. I'm not going to hit it with an iron sword. I'm just going to try to talk to it. It says oink oink. Well, that's nice. Now when you try to go upstairs, this pig comes over and pushes you. Boy, if that's not a Minecraft reference, I don't know what is. And oh, who's this? It's Kara the princess! Hamlet, you shouldn't snort at strangers! I'm not going to do that again, but basically, Kara is in your house. This is where she decided to stow herself. Will says, yeah, this is my house, so what? He's like, you know, I guess he's not interested in girls yet, but he's got kind of a programmed attitude. Or so does she. He says, frankly, you look a little shabby. Well, excuse me. So right away, these two have a biff with each other because they're both insulted. He says, your father, mother, not here, huh? Then they see the picture of the parents on the wall. My father's an explorer. Yes, I know Ullman the explorer. They say he was lost. He'll come back someday. That's right. He'll be back. Are you sad? No? I'd be sad if it were me. I'm sorry. So, Kara's kind of snobby, but she is a little apologetic. You know, anybody who lost a parent like that would be, you know, you gotta be sorry, at least. Anyway, is there a piano here? No, there isn't, but Grandma Mole is a great singer. Now, why she asks about a piano, I to this day am not sure, but it keeps the story going. So she says, the Grandma and Grandpa are singing upstairs now. They have such loud voices. So now you get to go upstairs and talk to them. And Grandma says, welcome home. I was singing opera, lost track of time. Dinner's not ready yet. Then Bill, your grandfather, haven't sung like this in a long time. Your grandma used to be a great singer. I fell in love with her voice. That's why I married her. Oh, you bringing up a thing like that. Well, you shouldn't be surprised to hear that. The girl who was singing with me a minute ago. Now, she's talking about the princess. And now something happens downstairs. She screams, no! And we get our first dungeon music, even though we're not in a dungeon yet. Oh, and the guards have come to find her. Princess, I've been looking for you. I don't know you. Be gone. What are you saying? If I don't take you home, I'll lose my head. What do I care if you lose your head? Yeah, so she's definitely a stuck-up princess. And the guards are like, man, we can't. Do you think I have nothing better to do to chase you down? Well, I don't know what the guards do, but obviously tracking down the princess is not on their to-do list today. I must take you home at the king's orders. So he grabs her by something. I don't know. She's kind of being dragged by her feet. But that's the introduction of the princess. So already we've got 5 characters introduced in the first couple of minutes here. I'm sorry to lie to you. I'm King Edward's daughter, Kara. Well, I feel as though we've met before, as if we were good friends. Why would she say that? I don't know. But now that that's over, let's eat. So, what you have to do is talk to her here. There's a big viaduct under the castle. Your grandfather designed it. Really? That's important information. There's a prison under there, too. It's built like a maze to keep the prisoners from escaping, which will eventually end up being our first dungeon. I feel bad I built a prison where people disappear and are never heard from again. Yeah, you get put in that prison, man. You're never getting out. Enough serious talk, let's eat. I've made a pie. Let's sit at the table upstairs. You go upstairs, and this is where it cuts out, and it just goes through some of the story. They sat down, a feast of snail pie with whipped cream. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound very appetizing at all, but they say it's delicious, because Grandpa ate half of it. And then That night Will dreamed that Kara and he took a trip around the world. Another interesting foresight. So nighttime passes and now it's the next morning. Something began to happen. Let's see what it is. Good morning, Will. A letter has come from King Edward. This is what is written in the letter. Now you get a letter from the king, which is strange, but okay. Bring the crystal ring from Elman's things to Edward's castle, King Edward. I've been in a bad mood ever since I saw this letter. Oh, Will, I'll teach you a spell. When I'm upset, humming this tune makes me feel better. So this is kind of like Zelda. You get to learn a song that you can play later on. It comes in handy. Here's the strange melody. Oh, isn't that lovely? Loneless melody. It's a nice little tune. So, now that you have learned the tune, there is no crystal ring. Why Edward asks for this, we don't know. But apparently Grandpa has a little thing for the princess. I don't know. He says, we could see the princess at Edward's castle. Ah, well, who knows. So, you can't leave town until you get this letter. So, now that we have the letter, we can. See, he blocks the way and you can't get by. But if you talk to him, King Edward has summoned you, well, just be careful. So now he moves back out of the way. You're free to go into Mode 7 map mode. I love the music, man. Where do we go? Edward's castle. Now, here's something interesting about this game. On this map, some of the areas you could travel to freely, but some of the areas you could only hit once or twice, because the map was actually based on the story. So if you didn't find anything in the first couple of areas, you were screwed out of them. But you do get to return to South Cape. You have to, actually, because we're going to go find out what's going on with this ring and the princess. So, let's go to Edward's castle. Oh yeah. We do a little map running, which is kind of cool. For its time, this was the best you could do with 3D. And into Edward's castle we go. Now, we're in the castle. And right away the guards must block your way. This is King Edward's castle. I must report this intrusion. It's funny how you actually make it inside the castle before they decide to call you an intruder. But nevertheless, you show them the letter, and then they apologize. So the first thing we have to do is go over here and go up the stairs. And behind, it's not this pillar, it's the next one. Or is it this pillar? Maybe it's after you talk to the king. Behind one of these pillars, there we go. You find a hidden person, and they don't want to be found out, so they give you a red jewel. The other thing is, this is the underground prison. Innocent people can't enter. So that's as far as you get, but there's an item over there that you need, which we will find later on. And I'm not even talking to them, but that maid has the hots for that guard, but he won't talk to her. I like the background too, that's nice. I think it actually comes with RPG Maker XP. So you talk to this guy because he won't let you through. This is the princess room. Strangers can't enter. Kara overhears this conversation and says, who is it? A guest? Of course, the soldier just tosses you off as some guy. And then she remembers who you are by your voice. Let him in or I'll tell everyone your old nickname. Now, I wonder what his old nickname is. Well, we're about to find out. Yesterday, I was told to bring the crystal ring to King Edward. And of course, Kara is very object to this. Because she thinks he's going to steal it. I've escaped from the castle before, now they won't let me go out. So she's quarantined. And something very strange has happened. My mother has hired a famous hunter. It's ominous. Then the guard says, Princess, let's go. He says, I feel scared. My father and mother seem to have changed. Please save me. Please take me out of here. So now Kara wants to leave. You find out why she ran away. It's because her parents are just being stupid. There's no reason to run away. Just try to work things out diplomatically. But this is back in the, medieval 1200s. So she really wants your help. Please come back. Please come back. Please come back. The endless loop. Your business is finished. Get out. Of course, he throws you down the hallway there. So now you've got to find a way to get Kara out of the castle. But we still have to deliver this ring that we don't have to the king. So let's do that now. I believe this is the upper courtrooms. Yes, here we are. And this is where things go from bad to worse. Let's talk to the Queenie. The king has sent you a letter. Talk to him. I guess they share that information. Your will, you look so shabby. Everybody says you look shabby. I don't know. It's hard to tell in the 16-bit, but what are you going to do? Did you bring the crystal ring? Now, if I say yes, I'm lying. If I say no, he'll be mad. So either way, I'm screwed. This creates the impossible situation that gets you into the first battle element of the game. I did not bring the crystal ring. How dare you say such a thing to me? You swine! Guards, throw this impudent weasel into the prison! So you didn't bring the ring, so they're going to go to Will's house and find it. He's going to steal it by force. But regardless, and there is no way to find it. It's not like I forgot it. No, it doesn't exist. But King Edward swears that it does. And you insult the Queen by calling her ma'am. So you've just dug yourself in a hole. And here we are in the prison. No music, no nothing. I wonder why I have to suffer so. I wonder what will become of me now. I gotta think of a way to get out of here. There is no way out of here except through story events. But, you got this big lock on the door. Obviously it says it's locked. You've got this ball and chain. Someone was chained to that. The moss has seen thousands of prisoners come and go. Yeah, it's really dark and dank in here. I mean, there's not much to do, and this is a timed event. So you just have to keep kind of running around and talking to the things in the prison, and eventually the guard will toss you some bread. It's a hole in the ceiling, obviously. It's today's rations of bread. Even Moss drinks water. We'll taste some of the bread. The bread is hard. It's the worst thing he's ever tasted. This is the nasty prison bread. For some reason he really misses Grandma's creative cuisine. Yeah, he'd rather snail pie than this stuff, and that's bad. So you eat the bread, and the door is still locked, but the event changed, so now you can't actually talk to it. Well, there we go. Time passes slowly, but the long day is ending. It pains me to think of the prisoners' feelings, not knowing what they should do. While I was trying to think of a way out, I drifted off to sleep. Now we do a little dream sequence here. And then you get to hear from the flute. The flute is Will. This is your father. And he's like, wait, what? Father? You were a cute child, but now you've grown up. Isn't Grandma Lola's pie delicious? Everybody likes this stupid pie. I don't think they talk about it anymore. But he's like, where are you? I can't tell you. I have something to ask of you. Yeah, let's do this. I want you to save me. I too was once held in the cell. Look at the left-hand wall. So you go over here. The only way to get this thing is to pull it towards you. And see, you've got 5 DP now, so that big ball of energy was DP points. Talking about Grandpa was an architect, he knows the secret of the stone. So you will encounter a terrible thing starting now. Do I have to pick up the stone your enemy left? Which actually you have to pick it up before he tells you to pick it up, so you can continue, but crystal is concentrated in there. The power will prove to be your ally. So we've got to find the mystic statues. And the Inca ruins are the first place to go. So we now we notice that the pig comes by, and the pig has the key. So in the next episode, we will find out how we're getting out of this prison, and we will encounter our first dungeon. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you then. Oh yeah.